Mm-hmm.
Where are we at?
Right. At this point, we're still looking for him. We have a crew that's out actively looking for him right now. We're asking that if there's a family member or a friend that is familiar with Rector-Mills that would have a conversation with him and just ask him to turn himself in. We know that the best overall outcome is for him just to come up to City Hall, have a conversation with us, and turn himself in, opposed to us continuing to look for him.
Do you have any reason to believe that he has left the area, or do you feel pretty certain that he's still somewhere around Spartanburg?
We don't know whether or not he's still in the area or not, but we're continuing to look for him in the areas that we think that he probably will be.
Now, we know this is still ongoing, so there's a lot of things you're still working on. The first question I think that pops in a lot of minds are, he's 17, the victim was 40. It's kind of a big age range.
Right.
Was there any history there?
We know that they're acquaintances. We know that they knew each other prior to the incident. Don't know the involvement of it, but they're not totally strangers.
And can you speak to the other person that was injured? Are they expected to be okay?
I don't know right now the condition of the other person that was shot. We do know that he was transported to the hospital by EMS. So they're on the scene. The ambulance arrived and then transported them from there to Spartanburg Hospital.
And let me make sure I understand correctly. So you guys were answering a call to shots fired.
That's correct.
And then you were flagged down as you were going out there. Was that by eyewitnesses or?
So what we were doing was there was a call that came in for shots fired in the area. We responded to the call looking for victims, and as we were responding, someone in the area flagged us down and said, "Hey, I know where two victims are," and pointed us out to those victims. We were able to do our best to provide treatment, and there again, officers on the scene provided treatment, started the crime scene, and then, as I said earlier, the victim, the one that was in the vehicle, he was treated and transported to the hospital by EMS.
The area that it happened in, is this something that you've seen before, or was this kind of out of character for that area?
It's hard to say. I had to go back and really pull the stats and statistics to see the call volume. But you know, the officers are familiar with the area, but you know, officers are familiar with all the areas in the city.
And if you could elaborate one more time, the fact that he is 17, what you were saying before we were rolling about how he could be charged as an adult, but...
Right, because of the seriousness of the crime, being 17, he was charged as an adult. Typically, if depending on the crime, it would be something that would be considered a detention order, and that's what issued to juveniles. However, warrants are served on people who are adults, and because he was 17 and the seriousness of this crime, a warrant was issued by a judge, and therefore he was charged as an adult.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.